Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are going to be watching this video from. This is your friend Okoyemi Stephen in the School of Learning and Development. I hope you are doing fine today. Today I want to simply talk about our shared mailbox. Shared mailbox. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about the share mailbox, how you can grant permission to a shared mailbox in the Exchange Online environment. Okay, I hope most of you should be familiar with what a shared mailbox is. So, like we all know that a shared mailbox is a single email inbox that's I mean that serves several people on a team and can be used together. What does that simply mean? So a shared mail from the word share. So it's an inbox. So it's a mailbox that is being shared for what in a team for the purpose of what of managing what email. So because in a team maybe where you need people to have access to multiple email, maybe let's say from client or from vendors. Okay, so you don't want it to be going into an inbox of just one person alone. So it's advisable to have what a shared mailbox, and what you just need to do is to now assign permission to whoever you want them to grant access to that particular share mailbox. And when you are granting access to that share mailbox, there are various access you can grant. You can give them full access, you can give them access to senders, or you can give them access as on behalf. Okay, so now shared mailbox, as we all know, like I said, shared mailbox is used to what grant permission. Okay, now and to create this shared mailbox, to configure this shared mailbox, you need to have either the Exchange administrator role or the global administrator role. So you must be one of those roles for you to be able to uh, configure, create a shared mailbox, and also grant permission. Okay, now and this shared mailbox can hold up to 50 gigs of emails and files for free. Okay, but once it reaches its limit, you will need to add a license to give it more space. Okay, so which means that when there's no license, there's no extra room. Okay, so if peradventure this shared mailbox your team is using and it has not exceeded that 50 gig, okay, so you can expand it, or else you might not be able to send emails or receive emails on that shared mailbox. So this shared mailbox can be expanded to up to 100 gig. Okay, so which means that you need to assign it, you need to give it a Exchange Online Plan 2 license. So which is giving Exchange Online Plan 2 uh, license. Okay, so that is what you can give you. Then once you do that, then you can have up to 100 gig. Okay, you can have up to 100 gig. Okay, so now to access a shared mailbox, say each user needs an Exchange Online license. So which means that the user must have what the Exchange Online what license for them to be able to work to have access to that shared. So, but however, the shared mailbox itself does not require its own license. The share mailbox does not require license. The only time it requires license is when you have gone above the 50 gig limit. Okay, so you now need to assign the Exchange Online Plan 2 so that you can now have 100 gig of share mail. Or else what you need to do, you need to get rid of some emails or some any attachment that you feel is occupying that particular shared mailbox, if you know you are not ready to get a separate license for that. Okay, so now to let someone use a shared mailbox, you must give them permission. The shared mailbox are not designed for direct sign in. Okay, so the shared mailbox is not designed for what, for direction. So it's just like the user mailbox. Now when an account is open for a user, No, so you can sign into the account to manage your emails, to receive emails, to send emails, okay? But for a shared mailbox, it is not like that. So it is always advisable to block signing. And one more thing is that email from a shared mailbox cannot be encrypted because it lacks a unique security context. So no individual surname or password, so it cannot be assigned an encryption key. Okay, so that's one. So that is for the shared mailbox. So now there are permissions you can grant. Like I said earlier on, there are permissions you can grant to this share mailbox. You can either give a user full access, you can give them senders, or you can give them send on behalf. So it depends on what you want them to do. So when you give a user full access and send us a permission, so it means that they can manage that particular shared mailbox. So they can send an email as that shared mailbox, okay? But whereas that email is coming from someone, but they are sending it through what, that shared mailbox. So they don't have to log into the shared mailbox to send it. So they can do that through their own inbox. Why? Because permission, full access permission has been granted to them, and the sender's permission has been granted to them. Okay, so I will encourage you. I have a blog for that which I've already created, because I promise people to also create a video blog for this shared mailbox. I did a blog is on my website there. So if you go to yemtechit.com, okay, on my blog section, you will see that blog which I explain everything, and also the step by step on how to also achieve that. But if you feel that you don't want to use the blog, so you can listen to the video, but I would advise you to go through the blog, because there are a lot of things I said that which I'm not able to say it here because of time. Okay, so that is for that. So now to be able to configure your shared mailbox, there are two ways you can do it. You can do it in the Microsoft admin, or you can do it in the Exchange admin. So I'm just going to show you briefly how to do it in the Microsoft 365, and then I'll go to the Exchange admin and then do another one again, so you can see how you can also, what it's good to do it in the Exchange environment, because you have granular control over that. Okay, so and then when you are also creating this one, you can also use PowerShell. At times it's always advisable to use PowerShell to grant permissions to this shared mailbox. Okay, because with PowerShell it is faster. If you just apply it, at times it might take up to like 24 hours before it get provision. So it depends. So at times it might be faster. But if you use a PowerShell, which is if you use PowerShell to grant permission to that shared mailbox, so it will be faster. Okay, it will be faster, so you can actually log in. So you can actually have access to that inbox. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to use also the PowerShell to grant access permission to a shared mailbox. Okay, so what I need to do, I now come up here and now go and open my admin portal. So you all know by now, you should know how to get in there. You can come and say admin admin.cloud .cloud .microsoft. You can see that admin.cloud.microsoft.com, or you can say admin.microsoft.com. Okay, and then you press enter. Once you press that enter, it will now ask you to now log in, because I've logged in before, so it's showing me here. So I will just click on this one here, and then here I will now come up here and sign in, put in your password, and then you sign into your admin portal. Okay, and then here you can say no. Now, so like I said, for you to configure this your shared mailbox, you must have the role. You must have either be a global administrator role, or you must have the Exchange administrator role to be able to configure a shared mailbox. Okay, so now this is my admin environment. Okay, so from this portal I can go to every other portal, and let me show you another way you can open your admin portal, where you can see all admin URL. So let me click on this new tab. So I can come here and say cmd.ms, enter. So you can see now, so you can come up here, see this is my admin. So I can come up here, click on it, it will take me to my admin portal. So so this is just where you have this site housing all the admin shortcut of your M365 environment. You can see you have the Entra, you have the Azure, you have the Defender, you have the Intune. Okay, so it's handy. Okay, so make sure you save that site. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so now I'll go back to my admin environment. Like I said, I'm going to create it. I'm going to show you how to create it in the admin environment, and then we'll go to the Exchange and also create it. So when you do that, you come to this place here and click on show all. So when you click on show all, then you come up here where you have if you come here where you have your teams and groups, you come up here, click on shared mailboxes, click on that. Once you do that, you now come up here, you now click on add a shared mailbox. Okay, so I'll click on this and I come up here, I'll now populate this. Okay, so let me say I want to let me give it a name. Let me just say what name can I use? Okay, let me say tech team. Let me just say tech team. Okay, and then here I'll give it email. So you can see now the email, so you can change it if you don't want that email, but it's advisable to use the same name as your email. And then come up here, your domain, you choose the domain you have there. So this is what I'm going to use. I'll click on save changes. So once I click on my save changes, my shared mailbox has been created for me. So let's give it some time. Now you can see now shared mailbox was created. Okay, now it said next step, add members to your shared mailbox, manage shared mailbox details. Okay, now I'm not going to do that here, and I'll just close this one here. If I go back to that share mailbox, click on this one here. So when you click on this, you can see from here now, you can come up here, you have manage mailbox permissions. So here, you can come up here, click on here, and then add permissions, give it the right, look for that user, add the permission, give them the permission. If you come up here, if I go back, if I want to give them senders, I'll come up here, I'll click on add permission, that particular user, I'll give the user senders. Okay, so like I said, it's not compulsory you have to give the user full access and sender. So you have to know what you want them to have access to. Do you want just them to be monitoring the emails, or also to be able to send out emails? Okay, so you have to know what you really want to do before you can give them that permission. So like I said, I'm just going to create that. I'll just show you how to create that, but I will go to Exchange and create another one, and then do the permission stuff there. Okay, so that is what I prefer doing in Exchange. So now to go to your Exchange, this place here, you come up here and then click on your Exchange, click on this Exchange here. So when you click on that, so now this takes you to the your Exchange portal environment. Okay, so you can see that you have admin.exchange.microsoft. Okay, now you are in Exchange environment now, but before I come here now, let me create a user. I will give permission. First of all, I'll come back to this one. So I'll go back to my admin environment, come up here, I'll just create a user. Like I want to start afresh so that you see, I believe by now everybody should know how to create a user. So I'll come up here, I'll just create a user, add a user. So that's the user we're going to be using for this training. So now I'll just create a user. So let me just create a user. Let me just say Williams. Come up here. Let's say last name is Johnson. So display name with William Johnson, and then come up here username. So when you are creating a username, you have to follow your company naming convention. Okay, so there's a policy. Okay, so you don't just create user anyhow, so that you don't cause conflict. Okay, so it's very, very important. Every company has how they name their user. So because identity is very important in the cloud environment. So here I can say first name to last name. So I will come and say Williams dot Johnson. Okay, so now doing that, I'll come up here, I'll use this particular domain. Okay, that's how I want to use. Then come up here, I'll say, okay, do you want the password to be created for me? I want the password to be created automatically. So you can choose whether you want the user to change their password. Okay, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to check that. So come up here, next. Then here I'll choose location for the user. Then I'll give the user a license. Now You know, I told you, I said the user too must have what? A license to be able to what? Have access to the shared mailbox. So when you grant a user this license, now this is the M365 E5 developer license, because this is my developer tenant. Okay. Now, if you come up here, you can see you have 76 apps. Okay. So if you click on that now, you scroll down, so you can see that this user will definitely have what? The exchange. You can see I have exchange plan 2. If I uncheck this, it means that for the fact that I've granted that user license, I'm giving the user the E5 license, but I've unchecked this exchange. So it means that that user will not be able to what? To use that shared mailbox, because of what? I've unchecked this license. So make sure that this license is checked also. Okay. So once I'm done with that, click on next. Here, click on next. Click on finish. Yeah, so now I've set up my user, so I'll just copy this user, and then so I can use it, make use of it. So I've set up the user. Come up here, next. I'll just come up here and click on close. Click on close. So now that user has been created. Okay, so I've created that user. So now I'll now go back to my Exchange portal. So go back to my Exchange portal. So I have my user created already. Now on my Exchange portal now, to create your shared mailbox, okay, you come to this place. So at time you come to this area, you come to recipients, click on that, and then you click on mailboxes. Okay. So if you scroll down, you will see that one we created in the M365 environment is there. This is it. Team Tech. Can you see that now? So that is it. Can you see that it will show there? Okay. So now here I'm going to click on add a shared mailbox. Now I'm going to give it a display name. So let me just give it another name entirely. Okay. Let me say food tech team. Okay, food tech team. Okay, so the email I will use the same display name I use. Okay, it's very important, unless if they say okay they have a name they want to use, so you can, but it's always advisable to use your display name for your email address. So here I'll come up here, select a domain, click on the mtech alias. I can just leave that blank. I'll click on create. So now you can see now it said shared mailbox created was successfully. So you can see that how we have now created this shared mailbox in our Exchange environment. It was created was successful. We said the shared mailbox was created. It may take few minutes before you can add members. So at times it might take few minutes, but this should be fast for us. So now I'll just close this one, just close the box, and then refresh. Now I've refreshed it. Now I'll go back again, look for that shared mailbox I created. So what's the name again? Food Tech. Okay. So I'll look for that shared mailbox. So this is it. I'll click on it. So click on that shared mailbox. When you click on it, so you can see from this property here. So from here you can do a whole lot of things from here. Okay. Now for me to now the next step for me is now to add permission. That user I created, William Johnson, I want to give him access to this shared mailbox so that he can be able to send emails, manage emails on behalf of what? Food tech team, okay, in our organization. So here you come up here, click on delegation. Now, when you click on this, your delegation here, okay, click on delegation. So when you click on delegation senders, and you have what? Read and manage full access. But if you come to your mail, so there's something I want to show you. So if you go back to your admin environment, you go back and then go to your active users, sorry, go to teams and groups, click on shared mailbox. That one we created earlier on. Now why is it not showing? Let me refresh. To refresh my page. Okay, so this is it, team here. So if you come up here, you can see to assign the permission, you can see here you have read and manage, which is full access, senders, and you have send on behalf. So you can see that it's different in the Exchange environment. Okay, so what the at times when you apply permission from here, it takes time to get to apply. So if you click on the if I click on this send as here, you can see send users can send emails. So if you come up here, add the permission, at times it might take time. Let me say I want to give this person that permission, add. Now, once I do that, now I've given the permission to senders. Go back. Now, if I come up here, you can see now senders. This user already has permission. But if you want to go and log, if you go and check the user whether that user had that permission, the permission might not reflect immediately. But if you use PowerShell, it does a fast stuff. So I prefer to use either PowerShell or go and do it in the Exchange environment. Okay. So now let's go back to our Exchange. Now here you can see here we don't have. So now I want to give this that Johnson William Johnson access to this shared mailbox, okay, that I've created. I want to give him permission. So I'll click on delegation, then come up here, send that. I want it to have send that permission and also have what full access. Okay, so I'll click on edit. I'm going to show you how to use PowerShell to do that, and also this one. So let me then once I finish this, I'll do the PowerShell one. So click on edit. When you click on edit, you now come up here, click on add members. Okay, now when you're adding member, you have to be sure who you want to give, because once you add that member, that person will have access to what, to that shared mail inbox. Okay, so click on add members. So I want to add that particular user I created, Williams. I'll come up here, search for Williams. So this is this Williams Johnson. Click on that. I'll click on save, and now click on confirm. Now it has been added. Okay, now I've given that user, go back, then come up here. If you come up here, you can see now senders. It means that a user has been added there already. Okay, so I'll come up here, the full access, click on edit, click on add members, come up here, Williams. Like I said, it's not compulsory you have to give the same user all permission. Okay, it's whatever you want them to do, then you give them that access to. If you just view the inbox and not to send emails, so just give them the access they need. Okay, so click on that. I'll click on save. I'll click on confirm. Now now it has been added. But look at this, selected user have been added successfully. The changes have are saved and will appear within 5 minutes. So you can see that. So this will appear within 5 minutes. But at times it takes time when you do it in the admin environment. So at times I always advise people to use PowerShell if it's taking time to do. So just use PowerShell to give that permission, which I'm going to show you later on. So now this user has been given full access and also senders. Now, how do we confirm? So how do we confirm that this user now has, that user Williams has full access? Okay, now to confirm, so we now need to, I will now open another browser, just 1 second. Okay, so let me click on this here. I'll go to incognito mode. So once I do that, I can come up here and type. You can type Outlook, outlook.office.com, or you go to office.com, office.com. So because I just added the user, it might ask me to add MFA and all those stuff. So I'll click on enter, office.com, click on sign in, and then I'll come up here, put in the email of that user, come up here and click on next. Then password is going to ask me for password. Come up here, put the password of that user, and click on next. So this one is going to ask me to say let's get your account secured. So yes, click on next. So this one I now need to go on my phone and get my authenticator. Okay, so 1 second. Now Microsoft Authenticator. So you go to your phone, so you click on the plus on your phones and you say click on work account, and then go to your scan a QR code. Okay, so I'll click on next here, next. So this is my QR code which I'm going to scan right now from my phone. So the QR code has been scanned. Then I'll click on my next, and then it should give me a matching number. So I'll put in the matching number uh, on my app, click on yes on my phone, and then that should be done. So my authenticator has been set up. Next, click on done, and then here I can just click on no. So I'm doing that because of this is I just created the user, so that's why it's asking me to do that. Okay, so because MFA has been enrolled for all the users in this tenant. Okay, so now once you do that, you come up here and click on apps. Once you click on your apps, then you come up here and click on Outlook. Okay, click on Outlook. Now this is the account. This is we're signing to Williams. Okay, we sign into Williams. Okay, this is Williams inbox. Okay, now Williams want to be able to send emails from that food tech team account we created. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to add that shared mailbox to this Williams account here, okay, because he already has the permission. Okay, so how do I do that? There are two ways I can do that. I can come up here where you have Williams, right click on his name there and click on add shared folder or mailbox, or you can simply come up here under your settings here and you go to you come up here, click on account, or you click on account, you click on shared with me, and then you click on add. Okay, so click on add, and then you now search for that shared mailbox, which is food tech. Okay, I think it's food tech team. All right. So like I said, at times it might probably take some time. Well, let's see, but it should be fine. Sorry, let me check one more time. Be sure that is the name. Yeah, food tech team. Yeah, so I'm correct. So food tech team. Already he has that permission. So let me just refresh this place. Okay. Delegation. Yeah, he has that permission. So I'll go back again. So here I'll come up here food tech team. It's not changed. So let me just close this, close this. So let me try this one again. It might probably take some time. So food tech. So if it's not showing up, just give it some time, like 5-10 minutes, and then try it again. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to come up here and then look for that shared mailbox that we grant William access to, which is the food tech. So we'll come up here and type food tech, and let's see if it's working now. Yeah, that's it. So that's the shared mailbox. So at times when you apply this permission to the share mailbox to a user, it might take time. Usually it take about 60 minutes before it shows. So if it's not showing, so you need to just wait for like 60 minutes, or better still, you can use PowerShell. PowerShell make it more quicker. So when you use PowerShell to apply that permission, it should be quicker than just adding. So now you can see now we have that mailbox here. So I'll just click on that, and then I'll now click on continue. So once I click on, so can you see now it says shared mailbox, shared email account added. So we have added our shared mailbox to Williams Johnson. So click on close. So when you click on close now, you come up here and you close this box here. So when you come up here, you can see now this is the shared mailbox. So this user can Williams can see every email that is coming in from this food tech team shared mailbox. So you can see this is an email that came in. So you can see this is the email from that shared mailbox. So you can see that Williams is able to see that emails and everything. So Williams can fully manage this inbox because he has been given the access. We gave him the send us and the full access. So now let's assume Williams wants to send an email. Okay, he wants to send an email. So remember, like we all know that this shared mailbox it doesn't have a separate login. So there's not that we have to log in. So the shared mailbox has been added to Williams, but because he has been given permission. So now he wants to send email. So how do you do that? So when you come to the inbox, you come to that shared mail inbox, click on that. When you go to the inbox there, then make sure you now click on new email, okay? As if you want to compose, click on new email to compose an email. So when you click on this new email, so you can see here we have two. We have CC and we have send. But now William wants to send this. You want to send an email, maybe probably to a client or to somebody as that shared mailbox and not as William. So whoever once the recipients are receiving that email, they're going to be receiving it as that food tech team at yemtechit.com and not williams.johnson at yemtechit.com. Okay, so how do you do that? When you click on your compose message, you come up here, then you go to your options, come to this your menu bar, click on these options here, and then you tick this show from. Click on that show from, so you can see that now. You can see you have send, then you have from. So you come up here, click on this arrow down here, and then you now click on other emails. So we want it to show from what this food tech. So you come up here and type food tech. So you can see that that's the email. So click on it. So you can see that this email will now be coming from food tech, but it's Williams that is sending that email. Okay, so come up here. Who are we sending it to? So you come up here, let me just put an email. Let me say which email can I use? Okay, let me use this email, media factory dot com at gmail. Okay, so I'm going to use that email. I'll click on that and then give it a subject. Let's assume he's sending that list of available food items. Okay, so let's say that's the subject. uh, so here you can come and say hi, whoever is sending it to, and then he will now draft the email. He will draft the email. So once he does that, and then he will now hit on send. So this now is not sending it as the food tech team at yemtechit.com. So click on send. So now that email has now been sent. So now let's now check the inbox of the recipient. So I'm just going to bring out a browser, just 1 second. Okay, this is the email. Okay, so yeah, so this is bring out this browser here. I just go to Gmail. Yeah, it's .com or login. So now, can you see that now? So can you see now? This is email. So this recipient has received email from what? From Food Tech. Click on it. So you can see now it's coming from Food Tech and not Williams dot Johnson. Can you see that now? So that is how you can actually set up a shared mailbox and then grant permission. We gave Williams permission to be able to send email, to be able to manage the inbox and everything on behalf of what? That particular team. So whoever are in that team, you add them to that shared mailbox so that they can manage. So not everyone will have the send as permission. Some will just have maybe let's say the full permission, which means that they can only view the inbox, but they cannot what? Send an email from that inbox. So it depends on the team. Okay, depend on the manager. If they say, okay, let's say for example, this a sticker was sent here. Oh, we need you to give Josephine permission to our shared mailbox to be able to manage the inbox and not just to and not to send emails. Okay, so you come up here, you add that permission, and she will get that permission. All you just need to do, and you go back there and then come up here, map that particular shared mailbox to our inbox. So you can see now, so this user we now have access to manage that email based on the permission that was granted to it. Okay, so this is how you can actually set up your shared mailbox and also give it permission. Okay, so lastly, before I will call it a day, so I'm going to show you how to use the PowerShell. Okay, how to use PowerShell to add this permission. Okay, just 1 second. So I'm just going to bring out my PowerShell and then show you how you can use PowerShell to grant permission. Okay, so just 1 second. Let me open my PowerShell. Okay, so I'm just going to open PowerShell. So when you open your PowerShell, so make sure you open the PowerShell as administrator. Okay, so come up here, open your PowerShell. Um, Open your PowerShell. You right click and say run as administrator. Okay, so once you run, I'll drag it into this place. So now, this is my PowerShell. Now, when you open your PowerShell, if this is the first time you are using your PowerShell, you need to install the module. You install the Exchange Online module so that you can able to run that particular script. Okay, so we all know that PowerShell is for automation. Okay, so it makes that work be faster. So now I want to add permission to, I want to give permission, or let's see what so now, okay, before I do that, let me go back to William. So this is William inbox. Now if I come up here, right click, I say add shared folder or mailbox. Now I have a particular mailbox here. Now this is the mailbox is called my shared. Let's see. Okay, so this is the mailbox. Now I'll click on this mailbox. Now I'll click on continue. Now let's see what's happening. Can you see now? It said you do not have permission to add this account. The reason being is because I have not given Williams permission to this particular shared mailbox. Okay, so so now I'm going to show you how to give Williams permission to this particular shared mailbox using what, the PowerShell environment. Okay, I've shown how to use Exchange, but now we are going to use what, the PowerShell. Okay, so now this is our PowerShell. Now, like I said, now once you do that, then what you now need to do when you open your PowerShell, then you now come up here and then you come up here and now type connect. Next. So you say connect hyphen exchange online. So you need to connect to your exchange online. Okay. So that is the script. So ensure that you install the PowerShell module first, the Exchange PowerShell module first. If this is your first time doing it, just go online. It's there. It's on the Microsoft document line there. Just check for Exchange module. Okay, Exchange Online module. So you install, you run that, because I've done it before. I've done it already. So that's, I'm just connecting straight off. So I'll click on enter. So once you click on enter, here is going to ask you to connect with your credentials. Okay, it will bring out a dialog box asking you to put your credentials. So I'll click on use other account, and then I will type my credentials. Like I said, we make sure that you have that particular role, either a global administrator or an exchange administrator. Okay, so I'll come up here, I'll type my um, account yemtech. I'll click on add, and then I'll click on next, and then I'll put in my password. I'll click on sign in, then click on continue. So once you do that, then it will now start connecting it for you. So while it's doing that, let me get the script you're going to use. So I want to give Williams access to this particular shared mailbox. So let me go back to my Exchange. So on my Exchange environment, so this is the share mail I want to give Williams access to, this particular one here. So I'll come up here. Okay, so I'll come up here, I'll just copy that name, come up here. So I'm going to show you that script now, while we wait for this to get connected. So this might probably take time if you are just doing it at times from the for the first time, or this is not my first time. At times it takes time, so just give it time to get connected to your Exchange Online environment. So I'll come up here. So while that is doing, let me get the scripts ready for you. So I'm going to grant Williams full access. Okay, I'm going to grant him the full access and send us access to that particular shared mailbox. Okay, so let's wait for this to complete. Okay, I will pause the recording and then I'll be back. Okay, so you can see now it is now connected. Okay, so you can see now it is complete. So this is the script. Don't forget, connect hyphen exchange online, and then it will bring out a box. You now put in your credentials, your email, and then the password. Like I said, you must be either a global administrator or the exchange administrator to be able to run this PowerShell. Okay, now when you do that, now this is the script. Now I'm just going to bring this notepad in. So now this is the script. Let me expand it. Now when you come up here, grant full access. This hash means that I'm just commenting. Okay, it's just like it's a comment. Okay, so now come up and I say add mailbox permission hyphen identity. What is that identity? That shared mailbox. Yeah, the name of that shared mailbox. Okay, so this is the name of that shared mailbox, and then hyphen user. Who is that user? Williams. You can see now I've put that Williams email address here. Then it comes here hyphen access right, full access, hyphen inheritance type, all. Can you see that now? So this script will give Williams, we grant him, or if it's only full access you want to give William, so run only that one and that is all. But I want to give him access to the full shared mailbox and also grant him access to what as senders. Okay, so you can see this is the sender again. You can see that you have hyphen grant senders. Sorry, hash. This hash means what? Comment. Okay, so this hash is not a script that is running, is a comment. Okay, so now you come up here and have the same thing. Add add what? Hyphen recipient permission. You can see to grant him access is what? Is add mailbox permission. Can you see that now? But this send as is now add hyphen recipient permission hyphen identity shared mail. That is the name of that shared mail. You put that name of that shared mailbox here. You now come up and have hyphen trustee Williams, which is the user. So you can see for here it's putting user, whereas for send has it's putting what? Trustee, which means that you trust that person you are giving access to. Okay, so this is Williams email address hyphen access right senders. So which means that I can either give Williams just senders permission or both. Okay, so you can do either. So whatever, it depends on you. So I'm going to give him both access. So I'll just copy this script, copy everything like this, just copy it and then open my PowerShell, come to my PowerShell here, and then I will just right click, I'll paste that particular script, paste it, and then you will press enter. When you, so let me expand this. Now you press enter. When you press enter, here is now asking you confirm, because you want to be sure that you want this action to be, you want to perform this action. It said, are you sure you want to perform this action? Adding recipient permission sent as for user or group Williams on recipient identity, that particular shared mail. Okay, so here it say Y means yes, A means yes to all, N means no, L means no to all. Okay, S means what? Suspend. So I'm going to click on what? A, which means what? Yes to all. I'll just press A on my keyboard and then press enter. Once you do that, then the shared mailbox permission has been granted to William. So now let's go back to our exchange. So I'll go back to my exchange environment, and then I will now come up here. Now this is the shared mailbox I gave Williams access to. This shared mailbox, I'll just refresh, and then you can see now. Okay, so this is my admin environment. So let me go to my exchange. So this is my exchange. I will come here, close this, and then look for that shared mailbox. So this is the shared mailbox. Click on that. So if I go to delegation, so you can see now, click on this edit. So you can see this is Williams here. Can you see that now? Under what? Send as permission. I'll go back again, check full access, click on that edit. You can see now this is Williams here. I've given that access. So Williams has given access to this particular shared mailbox. So now let's now go back to his inbox and then add that shared mailbox to his account. Okay, and let's see. So I will go back. This is okay. Come back here. This is Williams account. Now close this. Now I'll come up here, go to Williams inbox, right click on this Williams name, right click on him, and then click on what? Add share folder or mailbox. Or you can come up here and click on this settings icon here, like I said earlier on, then click on account. Once you click on account, you now click on shared with me, and now click on add. Now, what is the name of that shared mailbox? You will now type that. You remember that the first time we tried to add that shared mailbox to him, it was not allowing us. Why? Because of what? We've not granted him permission to that share mailbox. But now we've granted him permission using what? The PowerShell. So now I will type that share mailbox here. My I think it's my share. Yeah, so that is it. I'll click on it, and I'll click on continue. Now you can see that now it is now added to him. It says shared email account added. So now it is successful. The reason being is because of now we have granted him what? Permission to that shared mailbox. So I'll just click on close here. So you can see that Williams has access to what? To two shared mailbox. He has access to the food tech team shared mailbox, and he has access to this particular share mail called my shared email. Okay, so I'll click on close. So now you can see that has now been added to the account. So you can view the inbox, you can see messages that are coming, you can send message. Like I told you, you want to send message, you go to the email, and then make sure you come to this, click on this option here and click on from. Then you now click on this down here, and then you click on others, and then you type that shared mailbox. Just type that share, click on this. See, so you can see that now you are now sending email from Williams account, from Williams, as what? As this my share mail box. So you compose the email, and then you can now send. So once the recipient receives the email, it's going to receive it as being sent by the share mail box, not as Williams. Okay, so this is how you can actually what this is how you can actually what grant permission to a shared mailbox. I know this video might be long, but it is worth it because I want you to know how to do everything from start to the end. I created users, and then I use that user for you so that you can see how it is being done. Okay, so that is for that. Then when you want to remove permission from this particular shared mail, if you no longer want Williams to have access to this shared mailbox, then you have to use your PowerShell script to remove that particular permission from the shared mailbox. So I'm just going to put that script on the I'll put the script in the description box so that you can see that script and you can make use of it, how to remove that user from the shared mailbox. Okay, Or let me see, let me quickly do it now. So I'll put that script there, but let me just quickly do that now. So while I do that, let me get that script now. Come up here. Okay, so this is the script. So I'll come up here now. Let me edit the script. So I want to remove that permission. Okay, so come up here. This is the shared mailbox here. Just come up here. I'll just copy this one. So you can see from here, it says remove recipient permission identity. Can you see now? Who identity? We want to remove Williams. Come up here. You come here and you put Williams' email address here. Okay, paste it here. Now, what is the you put Williams name. Now come up here and say, so I'm going to remove his permission. Okay, so now here you come up here and say remove recipient. You put remove recipient permission identity, that shared mailbox. Who is this trustee? Williams. Okay, and then come up here remove the full access. Come up here, let me copy this. I'll copy this one, copy, and then identity here. I will put that, paste that. Who am I removing identity? Williams. So I'll come up here. I don't want you to longer have access to this particular shared mailbox again. Okay, so I'm going to so this is the script, okay, to remove a user from a shared mailbox. The reason being is because if you go to the admin, if you go to your Exchange admin environment and you try to remove it manually, it might not work that way. It might be giving you some issue. So what you just need to do is use PowerShell to do that. Okay, so I'll copy this first one here. I'll copy this one here, copy the script, then open my PowerShell. Let me just clear my screen so you can see what I'm doing very well. So now clear that, paste that here. Now I said remove recipient permission, identity, shared email, trustee, Williams, access right, senders, confirm, false. I press enter. So once you press that enter, so you can see now it has removed his permission. So now let's go back. This is just the sender permission we remove. I just want you to see. Let me go back to the exchange. Now if you go back to exchange, this is that particular shared mailbox here. Where is that shared mailbox here? So this is the shared mailbox here. If I go to delegation, if I come up here, you can see under the senders, Williams is not there because I have removed him. Okay, but if you come to full access, it's still there because I've not removed him. Okay, so now I'm going to remove him from the full access. I'll go back to my notepad and then I'll copy this PowerShell script here. I'll copy this one. So this one simply means all remove mailbox permission identity, that share mailbox user Williams Johnson, access rights, full access, inheritance, all type, confirmation, false. I'll copy that. I'll go back to my PowerShell and then I will paste that script and I'll press enter and that should remove his permission. Okay, so you can see now it's successful. I'll go back here. I'll go back to my exchange again. Then I will come up here and then I will refresh my page. Then go back to that delegation. Oh, sorry, let me close this one. Yeah, and then I'll go back to that mailbox here. Refresh your page. So I'll go back to that mailbox. Where is the mailbox again? So this is the mailbox. Click on it. I'll click on delegation. So if I click on edit, so you can see now Williams is not here. He has been removed completely. So if I go back to Williams inbox here, if you go back to Williams inbox, so if you come up here now, if you click on that one, you will not be able to manage that access again. So now it's showing, if I come up here, if I just refresh his page, and then if I come to this shared mailbox here, you can see now, cannot complete your request. You might not have permission to perform this action. You can see that. So it doesn't have access because access has been removed. But if you come to this full tag, it has access to that shared mailbox. Okay. So can you see that? So can you see? So all you just need to do, you can just come up here and now say remove shared mail, because since you no longer have access to that. Okay. So this is how you can actually give a user permission to a shared mailbox. Okay, so you can see that we created a user, I set up a user account, I uh, I configured the MFA, and then I created the shared mailbox using the admin portal, and also created the shared mailbox using the Exchange admin portal. I granted access to that user using the Exchange admin portal, and also use PowerShell to grant access, and also use PowerShell to what, to remove access. So you can see that this is a long video. So this is, if you can take out your time, watch this video, and also practice in your own environment. Anytime they wake you to come and do shared mail permission, you know how to go about it, because you can see that we have actually what, do this in full. Okay, so I do hope you have learned one or two things from this video. Like I said, I have both the V blog, which is the video content, and also on my blog, which is on my website too, is there. So any of the two resources you want to make use of is fine. Then the PowerShell one, I have it on my LinkedIn article page. Okay, so this is how you can perform this. So if you can do this, this will be very, very great. Okay, so thank you for taking out your time to watch this video. I know this video is quite long, but please take out your time, watch it, and you will definitely uh, enjoy this video. Okay, and if you are yet to subscribe to this my YouTube channel, I'm encouraging you to kindly make sure you subscribe, so that whenever I post new videos, you can see that video, you can get notifications. Okay, and our subscriber, I want to use this opportunity to say thank you for coming to watch my videos. Thank you for everything you have been doing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I do hope you have learned one or two things from this particular video. I remain your friend Okoyemi Stephen in the School of Learning and Development. I will see you some other time in another video. Bye bye for now. Thank you.